Hello everyone and welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic 3, Horn of the Abyss, the Forged in Fire campaign. When we last left off here in the second mission, we had cleared out these dendroids and got access to Earth and Fire magic. Although we've only taken Earth for now, I'm still contemplating if we should just have Frederick be an elementalist or if another skill would make sense. That being said, I have noticed from the quest log here that Paige the Seer will only be teaching Earth magic and Fire magic to Frederick himself. So other people, unfortunately, are going to miss out. So we don't necessarily need to bring Henrietta down here, but we still need to think about what's going to happen in the near future, because we do need to hire a new round of troops. We want to think about upgrading our halflings to grenadiers, so on and so forth. So let's think about what we're going to be building this turn, because we can't get the upgraded manufactory. We can upgrade our other two dwellings. We probably should be thinking about a ranch and then possibly a citadel. Because the pen is mildly curious, because it does increase armadillo production slightly, but the citadel's going to give us just more troops overall. But this turn we will be going for a ranch. It's just very Dr. Phil, isn't it? Send him to the ranch, where we can get the armadillos. So, we will do some resources in the meantime. Henrietta basically has a spare turn. But, yeah, we will be regrouping everyone back to town soon to get a new round of troops and then hopefully really just push the map. That's what I'm thinking is required at this time. Have two heroes that are capable of just really getting things done. So we'll position Henrietta where she can be part of that journey soon. Getting the War Machine Factory wouldn't hurt either if we want to think about niceties. Like, first aid tents or whatever, but probably not super critical. So let's see what else we can grab. We're here with Sam. Not a lot is the answer. We'll just have a quick look around. There's an ore pit here that we might be interested in. There's a grave here, which allows you to dig up using dig button. Anyway, that's all for this turn. Did that shroud close up, or is it just my imagination? I think it might be my imagination. So. More wood. These are tiny piles of resources, I must say. But we now need to think about regrouping, getting what we need, and progressing from there. So, yeah, this turn we'll go for Citadel, which adds nice Battersea Power Station vibes to our factory castle here. And yeah, start heading back. We want to get spells, we want to get troops. What other resources will we need? We're fine on mercury and sulfur. Yeah, we just need like 10 wood, maybe 15 wood, I guess. We don't have a sawmill, do we? No. So we'll grab this hunk of wood while we're here. That's enough. Grab this gold. Head down towards Henrietta here. That's actually going to be our full turn right then and there. So I might as well just transfer everything over. He can keep the Charm of Mana. And Henrietta can head back to town. Well, there's sort of not much point of her hanging around town until a mage guild is built. So we could think about these orc chieftains. Possibly grabbing this Derek soon. Well, let's, yeah, well, we need to think about what we're going to be getting. It's not really a huge amount to do, and we do need her in town next turn. Let's just have her sit in town for a few moments. Sam will continue to lurk about. We have a quest gate and a quest guard. So that's interesting. Pack of Minotaur Kings behind there and a Trailblazer. That gives you increased movement over this new wasteland terrain. Gem pond here. Alright, let's end turn. A week passed since we had settled in Jadam. Burton and its outskirts were not very green, and instead of ponds, there were black puddles of bubbling sludge. They gave off a stench to which, after a week, we became accustomed. The local boys would sometimes set fire to one of the puddles as a prank, for which they'd get a good slap from their mothers. And the local women, it must be said, could easily throw a blacksmith's hammer several fathoms up with one hand. No wonder that the naughty boys lost the will to quarrel at the mere sight of their mothers frowning. I've been hesitating to ask Sam this for a long time, but when I last got myself together and inquired why there were so few men in Burton, and why the women were not doing housework but forging, drilling, and welding metal. Men always think it's all in their hands. That's why we live like this now. When the ogres began to appear in our land, they organised a kind of militia. They made swords, shields, and muskets. Of course, no one knew how to fight. They began to kill them, one by one, and some got taken as slaves to Zog. In fact, our women didn't have much women's work to do before. You see, nothing grows in our land. There is only earth oil, ore, and weeds, which only armadillos eat, so we had to take care of the cattle. An armadillo is not a sheep or a cow. It's not that easy to handle. We had to be strong and brave. Another thing is you don't need a lot of shepherds, so we helped our fathers and husbands, learning how to forge, cast metal, do everything. Now it has come to the point where almost no men left at all. Oh well, somehow we manage. We can't give up. If we have goods, we'll at least have something to trade for food at the port market in Orcas Moor. But we can't get there now, because the dirt skins have blocked the road our caravans take. They know we've got something to surprise them here, and they don't dare take us on yet. But if we can't drive them back to their non-stinking hole in the mountains, they'll take us by force. It was still a relatively quiet life in Burton, except for the noise and rumbling of the forges that were almost in every house. The halflings, to my amazement, explored the wastelands and even climbed small rocks in their spare time, but they never strayed far from Burton. The locals, with the exceptions of the scouts, were also trying to stay close to the town, not least because of the proximity to Zog's strongholds. Most of the local Oyger chieftains had sworn an oath to him, and if, as before, the townsfolk said, at least some of them could be dealt with cautiously, now the jackal had made them yearn to serve him. It was rumoured that recently, instead of a club adorned with huge horns and a stoned ram, a sign of belonging to a noble class of battle mages, he began to carry a large, obviously enchanted hammer. That sounds like the Iron Fist of the Ogre. The people of Wastelands have built fortifications here to protect themselves from Zog ogres. They will only let those coming from Burton pass. Okay, so we're not going to proceed, but this is teal, and this then was probably something. I guess we can proceed for now. And this is on the road to meet a man with the looks of a rogue. This is the local Minotaur's war camp, he says. The ogres have tried to barge in a few times, but Balthasar's Minotaurs know their fortifications. That says, get me 15 gems and I'll show you the secret passage to their camp. Okay, well, we might do just that. We have 12 gems, and we don't have much need for gems. It does depend on how far we can upgrade our mage guild, but that's another story. The never-ending story. But let's see what else we can find. So, Cerberus blocking these rib cages. There's a massive skeletal field here, isn't there? Okay. There's not too much more that Sam can do at this time. She should certainly be grabbing this warehouse of wood. Get some extra wood, head to the derrick, grab some extra resources there, and then see what the other two heroes can do in terms of establishing and marshalling a more powerful army. So we're going to upgrade the halfling adobe first. Get us a nice batch of halflings. It's nice to have gold. Been playing some template maps and just not starting at 15,000 gold is, you know, it's rough. Got to be said. So we'll leave all of the mechanical orientated people behind and instead just grab some armadillos. Can we upgrade the ranch? We can, but we obviously can't do that just yet. So a formation vaguely like this, I think, is reasonable. So we could test it out in the Orc Chieftains, but that's going to be a bloody fight. We're going to lose a lot of halflings doing that, so it's probably best just to not bother and carry on as is. Yeah. We do need to get Henrietta a spellbook at some point, though. It's somewhat embarrassing. Could do the Chieftains now. Let's see if we can scare the Chieftains off. That might be a strategy right there. I may have spent too much money. But we have hired a lot of troops now, so... Is that enough to scare off the York chieftains? No! That being said, that's probably as good as we're going to get. We'll watch it. Let's see what they're doing. Okay, so they rush across with tactics. Fair. Oh, the luckiest halfling grenadiers just murder a stack. Excellent. I'm just curious to see what auto combat managed to pull off. That also helps too. Yeah, when you get morales like that, that makes a big difference. So I'm only going to get one shot off from these chieftains, which is the 3. The automatons finish off that stack, and that finishes off that stack. Well, it's that simple. Question is, do I want to go to the war machine factory? Maybe, but I have no money. A problem considering I wanted to hire these mechanics as well. I did go a bit overboard with hiring all the troops. But we'll manage. Medusa Queens. There's a little path here too, another quest gate. We might as well investigate while we're here. That's going to give me enough money to get one of these luxuries. I'm going to go for the first aid tent because it has been buffed in this game. So it'll be interesting to see how that performs. We'll grab the derrick while we're here. Mind you, might give that as a job for Sam to do because she currently doesn't have much to do. I'll have Henrietta come home next turn because it's probably time to get a mage guild. Alright. Let's go Henrietta. We can't afford a mage guild because we're missing gold. There's another piece of the wizard's well. That's worth grabbing. An actual well. Well, there's plenty to do here. We'll have to come back, but interesting. Well, obviously the mage guild's not happening, so we'll just upgrade our ranch. Leave the mechanical orientated things behind. We can afford to upgrade them, exactly. This will be our army for now. The bellwether armadillos are much faster than the standard armadillos. Armadillos are basically like golems, except without spell resistance. They're probably the weakest unit on the faction, but they're interesting from like a flavour standpoint. Sam should probably get that experience. Bit of wasted movement, but it's experience. Let's have Henrietta go through first. Easy. Let's not waste units. And so yeah, the first aid tent, for those of you who don't know, so in the default game, it would heal between 1 and 25 health. Now it heals from 20 to 25 health, which is much more consistent. And that consistency means they just do a much better job. You know, you can rely on 20 health per turn, which, you know, is like almost an armadillo. Even without first aid skill, it's a thing. Well, if you morale like that... Oh, one armadillo perishes. Acceptable. Horde of seamen, that's a lot. Already learnt logistics. I'm guessing this is also going to be Seeks a Teal Hero. Actually, that's an interesting question. We could proceed and grab this Trailblazer. Yeah, let's do that. I know these wastelands like the back of my hand. If I haven't been somewhere, I'll figure out how to find the way. I suppose I could tag along with you for a week if you need a hand, says the man in the tent. Well, that means... So what this does is it makes the wasteland terrain as good as dirt roads. So he'll be moving quite a decent clip. Which will be good because we want these mechanics. We want him to come back to town. learn how to cast more magical spells. While we're here, we could upgrade the foundry. How much does a mechanic normally cost? Okay. Can we afford to upgrade this? Yeah, let's do it. We're scaling. I'd lost sight of Frederick and all the hustle and bustle. There was so much to do. We were trying to set up our new home and prepare to fight off Zog's ogres at the same time. I met my mentor by accident, coming out of the local forge. He wouldn't even have noticed me because of the huge pile of scrolls and papers in his hands. He was walking out at almost at random, and I would have missed him if not for the inherent ability of all halflings to recognise each other, and if not only, by the feet. There was no other pair of such dapper Saphian boots in Burton. I remember him saying with a sad smile that the charm for wereproof souls was the most valuable thing his Bracadian mentor had given him. "Frederick!" I called out. "Ah, Henrietta. It's been a long time. I hear the refugees have been resettled. What do you think of the ogre abodes? Adobes. Nice, aren't they?" As we flew on, I tried to talk myself into accepting the necessity of letting the balloon sailcloth go into building a tent camp. But it's amazing luck. Several empty, huge buildings where everyone fit in. I always thought that stories about the halflings' exceptional luck were an exaggeration, especially seeing it wreak havoc on my lab time after time. But the last few days have made me even a skeptic, like me, a believer. Yeah, those adobes are huge, but I don't know what's worse, a stuffy hole of insufferable caretakers or 100 residents in a single room. The others seem to like the feel of their neighbour's shoulder, even if it pushes against their back. It gives them strength. What about you? Isn't that why you ran away from home and found my secret hiding place, which even experienced Bracadian clairvoyants couldn't locate? There are plenty of prying eyes in Burton now, and you know I prefer to work where I have space and no one nosing around. I like to be alone with knowledge. That's where we're like, Henrietta, and that's what I found interesting in you. A curious halfling who doesn't want to sit in a warm hole, but rather craves for knowledge. Would you like to help me in my workshop today? Can I? I spent the rest of the day helping Frederick. We talked about a lot of things, and for the first time since my arrival, I felt warmer. Despite being in a desert. Well, it's nice that they're getting along. Alright, it's time for mechanics. Which we may be able to hire all of them. Yes, we can. Onward. Can we do these? Should be fine. Let's grab this coin while we're here. We managed to sell our yield at a healthy profit. Thank you, Mr. Foreman. Alright, off to Burton we go. That being said, it's Frederick who needs to come here, not so much Sam. Sam can go frolic around these windmills pretending they're ogres. There we are, crystal. What else are we going to be building here in Burton? We just need gold for the Mage Guild. That's probably going to be about it, like a pen, I guess. But we'll just hold off for the Mage Guild. I don't know if we're allowed to get a resource silo. Maybe it's relevant. I doubt it, because like its return is going to take approximately 250 million years. This looks like it's going to be fine. So let's just get into formation. Excellent. Hold off on the move. Defend, defend, everyone defend. We need to get some Henrietta some defense skill. There we go. That being said, the offense is not being a problem, is it? These men of the sea are not doing well. Oh, neither is that armadillo. Oh. Should we try to lure him away? Or is the tent going to serve its purpose of tanking a single hit? Could see it in the comments now. Oh, it tanked a single hit. Goodbye. Excellent. Well, we'll also level up our leadership, I guess. We've not actually had many roles for increasing our leadership or luck, despite the fact they're our initial 2 skills. But we have it now. What's our maximum level? 12. So we're not going to get too many more chances, but if we can get basic Earth, I'd be happy enough with that. So let's progress. We have enough gems now to do this, so I can let Sam pick this up later. I'm going to go to the windmill just because it's on the way to greater things. Like this Iron Golem pack. That'd be nice to clear. The Ogre Magi would be nice to clear. We probably can handle lots of Ogre Magi now, but let's at least start with these. There's the Legs of Legion here, which could be curious. Basically, we just want to keep freeing stuff up for Sam to actually be useful. Oh, again, we don't want to lose units. Iron Golems are slow enough, though. We should just be able to pelt them to death with our grenades. Alright. Throw a grenade in there, please. Got him! Here comes the slow march of the golems. Oh, the luckiest grenadiers one-shotting something they could have already one-shot. I probably could start considering splitting them up, actually, but... let's pull our armadillos away. Punch a tent. Get a grenade. Excellent. The tent is tanking up a storm. Alright, we've freed up some more stuff for Sam. Is that a... oh, it's a creature of some kind. Oh, it's Centaur Captains. There is a lot of Centaur Captains. Could be interesting though to do for the treasury. Get some extra funds. It's a mystical garden, as you can hear. The little ditty. And this turn, yeah, we're just going to hold off building anything. Alright, Sam, you're on. More resources. Next you'll be going off to that warehouse. Do you want to do that? Maybe. For now, let's at least focus on this. So, we're going to get that Mage Guild level 1. Excellent. We can get a Mage Guild level 2, so there is a point to next going on further. So we have Protection from Fire and Water, Magic Arrow, Haste, and Cure. Now, we already had Haste and Cure, but at least now we know Magic Arrow. So at least we can use our mana, dump it into an enemy's face for, you know, good 50 damage. It's something. It's not insignificant. Let's upgrade these mechanics into engineers. We can have a nice number of engineers. And grab these automatons as well. That should basically be Frederick happy for a while. He could probably take some of these fights now. Where is he gonna go? Is an interesting question. The evil eyes are going to be a bit annoying, but we do want these things and stuff. Could get him a first aid tent as well for the memes. Have a first aid tent healing a automaton. Alright, what else could we do? The fact that we can't get upgraded automatons is a bit unfortunate, but it makes sense story-wise. I've only just been introduced to these good dudes, so yeah. Alright, it's day 5. I'll probably hang around here so I can get more mechanics. Or maybe that's something Sam will do in the near future. Alright. There's an interesting scroll here. Well, let's have Frederick come up this way. Because of this well, he can refill his magic arrows regularly now. So that'll be sufficient. So Centaur Captains, eh? Seems suspicious. Who made them captains, and why? There are a large number of Centaur Captains. Maybe I should have split into multiple stacks. They are zooming! Yeah. I am sensing a mistake in my tactical dispositions. Oh, if these one stacks die off, it's perfectly acceptable. That is their purpose. Oh, this one's fought back. It's got backbone. Alright. We can't have this one move, but this one can attack. And 24 points of healing. Not bad. It's healed it back to full immediately. This guy should defend. 9 points of healing. That's a dead armadillo, unfortunately. Can we move this one into position? No, that's going to be a problem. We can't fix it with spellcasting either. Oh, 5 grenadiers perish. It's okay, I suppose. It's not my preference. Let's see if we can improve on that. I'd like to lose no grenadiers. I'm happy to throw armadillos into the meat grinder, but not the grenadiers. They are precious. A precious resource. Little people with hats that throw explosions. What's not to love? So everything's transpiring exactly as it was before, because that's the way this game works. It's going to be about adapting our strategy. So we're going to keep these two down here by just being in their way, generally. There we go. More healing. Oh, they're really going for the tent now. Well, tent did its job, tanked up a storm. We lost no grenadiers. That's the way we like it. How big is this? Fairly large. And we're not on terrain. There's also a black tower here. We're starting to get lots of interesting items. And this is a way forward as well. There's plenty to do. And just to confirm, there's no one in the tavern, right? Yeah, I thought so. Can't even get a bank. But it's okay, I mean, it's to be expected. The town is still growing, right? Burton's been waiting for us to come here and sort out their problems for some time. It's probably to the point where we just split off one down here and then do that. But for this, I don't know if we've got enough for this. Tell you what, we'll give it a crack, and if not, we'll just abandon the attempt for the beginning of next episode, eh? But for this, we're going to want to have an interesting formation, because yeah, we want to be here with our grenadiers, and then do this. Well, auto combat can do a good job. Let's do better. Battle dwarves get wrecked. So we can just form a cage around our grenadiers. We can also do some kiting as well if need be. But these guys are so slow, it may not even be a problem. There we go. A wall of meat to surround our dapper halflings. Oh, the happiest dwarves. Oh, that guy got wrecked. We may need to hold them back a bit with some armadillos. Well, right now it's not a problem, but next turn it may be. Yeah, let's just get in this guy's face. And there we go. We saved 2 armadillos, and we defeated the dwarves of battle. And we have choices. Armor is tempting, but we have chosen else otherwise. But logistics is good. More crystal, more gold. An excellent way to increase our progress. This black tower is again tempting. We should be able to do it though. Let's investigate. A black dragon. You stand in front of a dragon's dwelling. The vicious creature is terrorizing the surrounding lands. Would you like to battle it? I think so. I suppose we'll see if this ends up being the relay point. Oh, this pack of gorgons is allowing us to transfer across. It would be worth killing those to grant us egress to this area. Let's give it a go. Seems about right. Kill the dragon. Give him one to nibble on, but otherwise we're basically good, right? But it's still not good enough. We need to do better than that. Because we need to protect against breath attacks. We need something like this. And then we give him this guy to nibble on. I think that's how it's done. Yep. And then we just shoot him in the face. And there we go. A Ring of Life. And 350 gold. We are starting to gain things. This is a nice upgrade for our halflings too. That's like an extra 25% health. This +1. We have exhausted our armadillos, but they've served us well in this endeavour of, you know, clearing up everything. That being said, the pack of gorgons might be the point where I'm like, you know what? Let's hold off for now. So I'll do just that. Thank you all for watching, and when we come back next time, we'll continue to press into this. Well, I guess no man's land is what it is, right? Because Burton's here. Here's the surrounds. We're now going through this dirt strip, and then there's more wastelands and more dirt strip, or maybe a rough strip. It's like, what is this? Like a zigzazoon or something? Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time right here at KonfluxGames.